Peter, lift me up higher. My face is behind the numbers. Hi.
He's had a bath. He's way feisty tonight. Just to warn everybody. You gotta scoot over a little bit. Your face is in there. Okay.
This is full on cool teacher pose. Hey everyone, let's rap.
Really?
No. Hi.
Do it again.
Peter, lift me up higher. My face is behind the balloon. The
balloons works too.
My face is behind the balloons. Peter, puncture that small child's balloon immediately. It's bothering me.
And then just drop, right?
Peter, the countdown's in front of my face. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. Lift me up higher. Marry me.
Weirdo.
Hi.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're sorry that Wendy isn't here. Hello in the future, Wendy. I hope you're feeling better.
Hello in the future, Wendy. In Vodhalla.
Vodhalla? Is that what we're calling it now? We could call it Vodhalla. Baths do make him feisty, yes. He had a garish bubble bath, and I'm kind of jealous. So.
The Rex one is up next, and that has chili in it, which may go very badly.
There's chili
or may go very
in
well.
the bubble bath?
There's a little bit of chili oil in there, yeah.
Okay.
When I'm feeling hot.
Enjoy your vacation, Safik. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Hello, future Monday. We're good. We're here. It's been a very eventful couple of days.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
For those of you who are new here, we do three things. The first thing is we do an opening monologue, which we'll get to in a moment, which is really just an excuse for you to get comfortable. And by comfortable, we mean get hydrated, take any meds you might need. If you haven't had a food recently, have a food. A food is good.
A food is good.
Also the title of our upcoming cookbook.
Have a food. A food is good.
Get pets squared away, throw a ball for elderly relatives, all that kind of thing. Then we'll be continuing with Scarlet Hollow Part 1 and possibly finishing it tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we have a delightful shenanigans for you, which is a little 1,200 word Peter Lucas versus the Suez Canal story. Also, massive shout out to the fan artist this week, Growing Darker, for Only for Twitter, the wonderful piece of fan art which we opened with. And seriously, Elias, when he has stuff in front of his face, just gets...
You
mad.
ate boiled peanuts, and they were delicious. Okay,
oh my god.
But you carry around sacks of them still dripping and present them to everyone you find.
Please take my wet sack. Is there a K on the end of
Would
that?
you stop? Would you
sure.
please stop?
Sure, let's say there is.
No. Yes, I wish Shitpost was here, because Vodhalla, I think, needs to be a thing.
Tonight we drink in the halls of Vodhalla.
Vodhalla is totally a thing. I'd buy a Vodhalla t-shirt. Let me write that down.
I had a feeling you would. While you're doing that, I'll chat to everybody. As Marguerite touched on before, I totally bogarted your attention because I'm a fucking ham. It's been an interesting week, and early on that week was interesting in the kind of no kind of way. We had a conversation with my mom over the weekend, which included the phrase, by the way, your dad's a bit worried I might have COVID because I've not had a sense of taste for 2 days.
And she was running a fever.
My mother is, on the one hand, is very tough. She's on the one hand, she's a 79-year-old cancer survivor, but on the other, she's a 79-year-old cancer survivor. And she has been double vaccinated, and we got them tests, and she's negative.
So, big weight off the shoulders.
Yeah.
And then there's something exciting that might happen.
There's like several things.
There's several exciting things that might happen in the works that I don't really want to talk about because I don't want to curse them.
So I'll just do my usual bullshit. The secret project that I haven't been able to talk about, you see that? Celestial Navigation, is hopefully done. The third round of edits should be commencing shortly. I sent the bibliography in for it today. Next up, I have about 10,000 words of tabletop RPG material to write. And I'm really looking forward to this because it's a world I co-created and it's a shopping list. My co-creator has literally said, give me 2,000 words on this, 1,000 words on this, 1,000 words on this. And I've said 6-foot communist lobsters. And he's gone, yeah. So there will be 6-foot long communist lobsters in some version of this. Yes. And
thank you for the good vibes for everybody.
Also an android hive mind that is just an absolute dick. Just like an extraordinary level of tool bag is going to be at least in the first draft. So all of that's going on. And the audio drama, which we're working on, is on its 4th or 5th draft and is going really well.
That's going wrong.
And to my absolute delight, I've discovered a rich vein of shitty cop shows on Disney Plus,
which keeps him entertained when I go to bed, and then he has things to unwind to, because I do not wish to that's not true, with one exception. I do not wish to unwind to shitty cop shows, and that exception is the one that involved Matt Ryan.
Yes. For those of you unfamiliar with the name, Matt Ryan is a Welsh character actor, the voice of Edward Kenway in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and for a ridiculous amount of time, up until I believe he takes his final bow this week, John Constantine for the Arrowverse. And even
canonically dated King Shark.
Yes, not Bird King Shark, but a slightly more terrifying version. But yes, in the animated universe, John has canonically dated King Shark.
Yeah, he is so good as John Constantine. I agree. He had his own TV. There was a Constantine TV show for like 1 season, I think.
13 episodes, yeah.
And it was squalid and delightful.
And there was that just glorious crossover in Crisis on Infinite Earths where he literally just pops into Lucifer's nightclub to get something. Like, hello, Lucy. John.
Did that actually happen?
Have I not shown you that scene?
That it actually happened.
It actually happened.
Lucifer from the Lucifer TV show.
Yes. yes.
If you'll excuse me.
But yeah, he turns up in one of the very short-lived Criminal Minds spin-offs as a...
He calls him Lucy.
Calls him Lucy.
Of course he calls him
As
Lucy.
a massively Welsh, very clearly ex-Special Forces sniper.
How Welsh? Hoodie under a suit jacket Welsh.
He says love. All right, love, I'm with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, with apologies to every Welsh person I've ever met.
I was going to say, some
Yes.
people are about to smack you around, but that's okay.
That's okay. I have it coming.
Okay, where's my little emoji? Hashtag accents.
I will drop the Crisis on Infinite Earths John and Lucifer sequence in the show notes after the show.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, by the way, and you're familiar with any previous iteration of DC stuff that is in the Arrowverse, it really is just like a laundry list of, you'll like this as well. There's some deeply lovely Smallville material in there.
Yeah.
Also an appearance by a very stupidly minor character from the 1985 Batman... 1985. Fuck, I'm old now. Batman movie, which warmed the cockles in my black little heart. Anyway,
which cameo was that?
Alexander Knox, the Gotham Post reporter who nearly figures out who Batman is.
Okay, that's not the cameo I was hoping for.
What was the one you were hoping for?
Etrigan.
Oh, no.
Jason Blood.
Yes.
I'm very fond of Jason Blood.
And that's because,
Hottie! Anyway. Where were we? Opening monologue.
Opening monologue. Let's do it. Let's do the thing.
Put your beverages down. Okay. All right.
We've achieved something.
Really? Because...
This comes, as our opening monologues often do, from friend of the show and just all-around astonishing human being, Nate Crowley. Nate's like the Matrix. You can't have what Nate does explain to you. You just have to experience it.
You have to be in Nate's presence and experience it. Or, in this case, read some of his
computer game journalism.
Thoughts?
Yes. Yeah.
Word vomitings, as he has described them? I'm not sure.
Nate brilliantly, I think this was the first time he met a mutual friend, and literally the first thing he said was, "Hello, I'm Nate. Can you imagine a communist dog called Karl Barks?" Anyway, here's the monologue.
You're welcome.
The strange sadness of Jeff Keithley giving away his own face.
Who is Jeff Keithley?
By Nate Crowley. Jeff Keithley is a prominent computer... Let's look him up on Wikipedia before I am an inaccurate.
And inaccurate. To the internet.
Jeff Keithley. See, all I know of Keithley is that it's a Yorkshire village where I once drank so much fizzy orange pop
Canadian video game journalist and television presenter. Most known for hosting the video game show Game Trailers TV. And for co-hosting the now-defunct G4.
Which I believe has just recently
Freelance
been resurrected.
Writer, now working with Kotaku. Okay, so game journalist.
Game journalist dude. I think G4 has just been resurrected with the truly wonderful Xavier Woods, who is somehow still finding joy in his work at the WWE as a presenter. And yeah, Keithley I just automatically associate with the Yorkshire village where I went on a steam train and for complex and dull reasons had to drink a pint of fizzy orange very quickly and was convinced I was about to be sick. And as we left the train station, I went, "I'm going to be sick." And my mum went, "Here is my hat." And
What?
I burped for so long, the Doppler of the other end of the train station actually bounced past me and went the other way. Anyway, here's the opening monologue.
I so seriously need to get a now.
And now this.
Yeah, exactly.
The strange sadness of Jeff Keighley giving away his own face. Every year, Jeff Keighley is drawn to our world. One, like a great extra-dimensional lamprey, lured in from the outer dark by the scent of fresh games. Fuck you, mate. From the moment he shimmers into reality deep within a black ziggurat under the city of Los Angeles, he cares for only two things: summer and games. And invariably in the winter, awards. Thus transfixed, he works without pause, hoarding more and more trailers as the Earth hurtles towards perihelion with the sun.
What is that accent?
Sir Laurence Olivier, specifically from his version of Hamlet, also from the Peter Sellers version of It's Been a Hard Day's Night, which he performed as Sir Laurence Olivier. It has been a hard day's night.
And
anyway.
William Shatner?
No, because Shatner's much lower and more urgent. Like, no, I need my pain.
Read the monologue, word boy!
This year's Summer Games Fest had a strangely messianic tone. In reality, the fest is a pretty simple marketing instrument. It's a 2-hour ad break, if you will. But from Jeff's heart-deep thanks to all the companies without whom it could not have happened, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was a charity gig. Now, I have nothing against Jeff Keighley. He seems to be a very hard-working, affable fella, who merely wants to nurture his strange and ever-swelling son, Game Summer. Jeff Keighley, the brand, however, is weird. I don't know whether it's just the incremental Jeff... For fuck's sake. I don't know whether it's just the incremental Jeffification of the reveal season as the years go by, or whether it was the general eeriness that COVID has cast over all former live events, but last night had a particularly piquant sense of weirdness to it.
Well done.
A titanic Jeff Goldblum staring emotionlessly down onto Jeff before completely mangling a bit about forgetting his name. Jeff yelping, "This is Weezer!" in a tone that was 80%.
That was 80% war cry and
20% apology to a completely empty studio. Or the preamble to the above, where Jeff announced that viewers could co-stream the song without fear of copyright strike, as if he was revealing that humans could now fly. Perhaps it was Weezer themselves that sent the show wobbling down the incline of the uncanny valley. Just the fact that it was Weezer trudging their way through a song in the middle of a PS2-looking rendered skate park in the year 2021, during a pandemic, as thousands of angry men silently shouted the words "Elden Ring" in a chat box beside them.
Were they singing Teenage Wasteland or
That's
Teenage?
Weetus.
Yeah, I always get those mixed up.
Weezer is Pork and Beans in that really unfortunate 1980s cover album that kind of destroyed any credibility they had.
Okay.
Also, the
Teenage Dirtbag is Weezer though.
Weetus.
As well. What? Never mind. Ignore
We
me.
don't have time to go into that right now. The
That's a whole
genus
other hour!
subdivides at a very specific point.
All right.
Alas, the real peak of it all, at least for me, came a few minutes before Weezer, after the announcement of a bunch of new cosmetics for Astronaut Betrayal Game Among Us. Following the footage, Keighley lit up with a broad grin and announced that as a reward for watching 15 minutes or so of the fest stream on Twitch, players of Among Us would receive a Jeff Keighley mask as an in-game cosmetic. The fuck? Apparently, the mask is gaming's equivalent of the McRib, having made its debut during the Game Awards last year.
Oh, dear God.
I just don't know what conclusions to draw from that, to be honest. I don't know what's more odd. One, that the photorealistic face of a game show host was greenlit as a logical choice for an in-game award. Two, that it was given as a reward for watching the man it depicted. Or three, that the whole business was popular enough to merit an encore.
It's not an encore. It's a, we can't think of anything better. Just do it again.
But whatever the case, a man gave away his own face as an incentive for people to watch him give away his face. Only on a different streaming platform, and I'm suddenly really feeling my ears. Honestly, if Jeff can pull it off with a smile and an intact mind, then all the more power to the man. God bless you, Nate Crowley.
Nate, what?
God bless you.
I just... Let's give away our faces, right? What?
Nathan McMurdo Crowley, you are too good for this world.
McMurdo.
Too pure.
Okay.
I have 3 default assumed middle names for people: McMurdo, Iphigenia, and Alexander.
Yeah. That's true these days. Yeah, right? Did Hannibal Lecter think of that? I don't know. It smacks to me of 2 people liked it last year and we saved their tweets and we can find them. So I guess we'll do it this year because we can't think of anything better.
I would love to have sat in on that consultant meeting. Dr. Lecter, do you have suggestions? Yes. Your face. What, as a giveaway? Let's say that.
Let's say yes. I think so. I knew you were going to do that.
Couldn't resist. Saw the opportunity, took it to its logical conclusion.
Speaking of Alexander.
Yes.
Exactly.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, I know. We just have very strange energy today, don't we?
It's been a week.
It's been a long... Anyway.
And it's Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday, 11. And it's a bank holiday weekend. And it's the Reading Festival this weekend. And downtown is already starting to heave with people carrying overpacked suitcases and undersized tents.
The amount of terrible drugs and worse sex that's about to be perpetrated in a field near where we live is frankly horrifying.
Yeah.
So, we're actually getting out of town for a day. For reasons.
For reasons. Reasons that may be filmed in 60-second to 3-minute intervals.
It's possible extensive crimes may be occurring.
Let's just say we may not be the only ones carrying... They may not be the only ones carrying suitcases full of costumes. It happens. Things happen.
Anyway, should we play a game? Oh, no, wait. Would you like to play a game?
Okay, you and I are probably the only people old enough in this chat to get that joke.
Stupid. Worth it.
That one they might get. Okay.
Yes.
How the heck are you?
I'm alright.
Shall we play a game then? This is where you tell people how you are and how things are going.
Alright, let's move on. I'm doing okay. This is very weird because at the moment things are...
Scott got the joke.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
And thank you.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. This is very weird because it's not like things normally go shitty. They don't. The baseline level for our life, and I'm tremendously lucky in this regard because, hello.
Itsy baby Matthew brought her.
Yes. Is pretty fucking great. But the last couple of days have been a little bit kind of, this thing you've been pushing for a really long time. Yeah. The doors are open.
Yeah, do it now. Do it right now.
What?
Right this very second. I'm like, so, yeah. And flashcards.
Yes, because we're revising for...
Gotta take driving theory tests. So we have flashcards that we practice on lunch. That's how exciting life is right now. Flashcards of traffic signs.
So yeah, there's lots on, but it all feels doable. And 6 months ago, it didn't feel doable.
Yeah.
And I think that's for a lot of reasons. I think an awful lot of it is we're prioritizing the fact that we actually relax from time to time now, which is good. And
the month of September is going to be all go, no quit. It's going to be very, very, very busy. And we're also reaching the go, no go point on travel for Christmas / Worldcon / the holidays.
That might suck.
Yeah, because currently it's not permitted for people from the UK to travel to the US. So it's kind of like, but how am I going to afford the airfare if you don't let me buy it now?
Yeah.
So yeah, relaxation is good, like bubble baths.
There's been lots of rumblings about
reading horror novels.
Hey, there's been lots of rumblings about how Worldcon may have to go digital at the last possible minute, and we've talked about it. I mean, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I'm up. We're up between us for 4 or 5.
I get lost track.
5 Hugos, and Marguerite. This is very smartly expressed a concern about. Am I going to feel like shit if somehow this is one of the years I win and I'm not there? And the answer is maybe.
But
there's
the
nothing I can do
says
about that.
No, then there's nothing you can do about it. So,
it's
just there's a lot of end of August, September is one of those months where people are like, oh shit, the year's almost over. I better make up my mind about X and Y and Z. And we have like an X and Y and a Z and an A and a B and a D
a 1.
and J
and I'm not quite sure where that came from.
We have a whole bunch of that kind of stuff to figure out still, and we're not there yet. And it's like this game of juggling 90 million maybes, and it would absolutely be worse if we went and got sick. Yeah, we agree with everybody completely. And
we also have a UK-based con, which we're probably going to in a few weeks.
Yeah, we're going to go to the British Fantasy Awards ceremony on the Sunday of FantasyCon. We're not going to the whole convention. We're just going to the award ceremony. As an experiment, basically, to see how it feels and does it feel safe, and it's a much smaller group, obviously. But yeah, there's lots of like spinning plates to think about and talk about, and oh my god, we're yawning, this was awful. With Crochet Neil Gaiman, yes, exactly, because he's not going to show up, no way.
Although he did reference us, and that was nice.
Yeah, he did talk about it. That was quite nice. We appreciate that.
I'm
being charitable. Yeah. I appreciate that.
My little Manx Grinchy heart grew a whole size when that happened.
So now it's physical to the neck. Anyway.
Yes, because the most defining characteristic everybody has when they think of me is that I'm a heartless bastard.
Yes, exactly.
There goes heartless bastard Alistair. Look, he's kicking another puppy. That gets said every.
That's the other thing we did. Is we think we know what kind of dog we want.
Doggo research.
So we've done lots of doggo research.
And by doggo research, I mean we've watched a lot of YouTube.
Yes, exactly. Is this a YouTube video about that kind of dog? We should watch it. Yes, that has been our stress relief, is watching doggy videos. Yes, exactly. See, I know, Scott. Dragon Con is even more compact and stuff and scary. So yes, you got to pet a puppy today. That sounds fantastic. I'm very jealous.
Oh my god, when we get a dog, it's going to appear on the stream.
Of course it is. Wendy might have to make bigger costumes. Matching Chungus pupper costumes!
We could make Chungus a saddle.
I'm very excited about this possibility. That would be amazing. Oh, and see, we have a volunteer for doggy sitting.
Thank you for that.
That would be fantastic. Should we play a game?
Why the hell not?
So yeah, things are good. Just busy.
Just weird.
Weird. There's a lot going on right now. September's going to be very busy. And then we'll fall down and it'll be October. And then everybody will be like, I'm done, man. I'm tired. Yeah, but there will be 3 months of the year left and we'll have to slug through it.
and it will be my birthday and there will be cake.
October is your birthday and there will be cake. Yes.
Cake.
Have you decided about cake?
Yes.
You going to make a cake?
I might.
What kind?
I had discussed making a cake, hadn't I?
You would discuss streaming making a cake.
I forgot what type of cake I wanted to make.
So did I.
It was a good type, though.
I'm sure it was a lovely cake.
Fucking great.
We'll remember it.
This week on fucking cake.
No, Nate's what you reckon. This week on fucking cake. Exactly.
Fucking cake, innit?
If you haven't seen it, there is a great... He's New Zealand.
Australia.
He's an Australian... I thought he was from New Zealand. He's an Australian food YouTuber named Nate, and the channel's called Nate's What You Reckon. He's hilarious. He's this old punk goth kid, and he has so much fun, and he hates things that come in jars. And
every third word is fucking.
He's so funny. He's a great channel, and our good friend Andrew introduced it to us, and now I adore him. We're trying to get his cookbook, and he can't get it over here. It's impossible. But it's fun. Right.
Previously on Scarlet Hollow.
Well, hold on. If we're going to do it, let's do it properly. We're going to switch to the game, and I'm going to turn the game music on, so there may be some sound balancing.
We might have to fiddle with some stuff.
Here we go.
Technical whatnottery.
Technical whatnottery is absolutely a name. How's that? I've turned the game sound down, so it exists. We should probably put our headphones on so we can hear the game sound as well. Oh, Chungus, I need you to move, my lad.
And what's he wearing today?
We'll show people.
Okay.
Well, we'll show people Chungus later. That's fine. Alrighty. So, is that doing okay on sound? It's nice and quiet on our end. So hopefully people can hear it. And I should probably put the game somewhere where I can see it. That'd be nice. There we go.
Okay.
I can barely hear it. That's fine. It's quite quiet right now, and I'm okay with that. There we go. And the game music has to restart anyway. There we go. It is quite quiet at the moment, folks, so that's fine. All right, so now you can do the recap.
Previously on Scarlet Hollow.
Dun, dun. Thank you.
We have returned to the town which our mother fled from years previously because our aunt has died, and with our mother having died in the intervening time, the only relative we really have left is our cousin. Our cousin is not happy to see us at all.
No.
I mean, at all.
Not at all.
And we've had a very awkward series of conversations with her as she shows us around this frankly terrifying colonial, partially decrepit mansion which is full of rotted food and animals that either hate us or are convinced that we're going to kill them in the face. Sidebar, we can talk to animals.
Learn their languages.
Which is how the phrase, "death comes for Dustin," entered common lexicon.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. We finally, having did all we could do in the house, which wasn't just being a massive dick, went into town, where we totally met our girlfriend. She doesn't know she's our girlfriend yet, but there is an spark between her and the female main character, and no mistake. I have forgotten the lady's name.
I'm loading the Dramatis Personae.
Dramatis Personae.
Death Cab for Dustin. Nice one, Scott. Nice. Her name is... Stella, Gretchen's person. Cryptid hunter YouTuber.
Yes. Who has this magnificent, chonky, just fiercely embittered old lady movie icon pug called Gretchen, who talks like this, darling, and is engaged in a who will die first, it's not gonna fucking be me war with the awful, awful cat who lives in the family home who hates everybody.
Frou-frou.
Yes.
So Stella invited us on a not date honest to go look for cryptids in the woods, because that's what you do in small town America. Apparently, don't at me. I grew up in a town where I literally went cow tipping once because there was nothing else to do.
Lick the electric fence for us.
No, but I have been hit by a cattle prod, but that's a whole nother story. So we are out in the woods.
They're just layers to you.
They're just layers. Just layers.
Yeah, unfolds.
Yeah. Okay. You interrupted my monologue.
Sorry.
That's all right. So we are out in the woods with Stella, and we just had a conversation with Duke, a friend of hers, an older gentleman who apparently lives on his own. What are you doing?
Listening rapidly.
Okay, fine. Oh, fine. Okay. Well, then push the emote button. See? Rapidly listening. There we go.
I don't trust me with buttons.
And then Duke was like, don't go into those woods, kids. I have to go hunt mountain lions that have been at my chickens that aren't the cryptid thingy that Gretchen and Stella were talking about, honest. And
literally every line of Duke's dialogue is like, I'm about to be in serious trouble.
Yes. And he's like, go back into town. And we're like, yes, sir. And Stella was like, And I think that's literally where we are right now.
Literally on the...
Literally trying to decide if we're going to agree with her to go into the woods or if we're going to dig in our heels and try to do everything that we can for the game to not make us go into the scary woods at night. With the guy with the shotgun who told us not to be here and warned us not to be here. Can you tell which side I'm leaning towards? I'd be in the car with the trunk packed. I'm like driving down the road. Oh, God. Bye now. But I don't think the game's going to let us do that. So...
Just one sort of conversational option to simply read deuces.
Peace out, right? Let's see. So here we go. That's where we heard that noise, and that noise we believe was Duke, and then we had a conversation with Duke, and then we stopped.
Also, there is this beautiful piece of game design where Gretchen just kind of capers about in the background of this conversation,
which was very sweet,
looking worried. And you're just like, you are a tiny dog who has no capacity to defend herself, and you're so old. Please don't die.
Exactly. So, Stella wants us to cut around Duke and go back to the hunt.
How vociferous do we want to be?
I'm kind of in that mood. No way, not with Duke and his shotgun out there waiting to blow our heads off.
I think that seems fair.
Or we could soft pedal this. We could do the, are you sure you don't want to, like, watch a movie instead? Let's try that. Boiled peanuts. There we go. All right. Let's soft pedal this and see if we're successful. Narrator voice.
They were
we
not
will
successful.
not be successful. Wouldn't you rather go home and hang out? Maybe watch a movie? I'm a lot less comfortable going out into the woods now that I know we'll be sharing them with a guy who will shoot anything that moves.
Well, I understand your fears, Petra. This is an opportunity for a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. Seize it while you can.
Says the small dog being carried. Aw, you don't have to worry about old Duke. I've been out tracking with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. We can always do a movie night later, but right now, my viewers come first. They demand cryptids, and I am duty-bound to give them what they so crave.
Oh, I'm officially no longer from a small country town, because I would be like, yeah, okay.
We're
and
dead.
now I'm just like, fuck this. Fuck all of this.
We're dead. We're so dead. By the way, I forgot.
Content warning.
There are some content warnings for this game. This is the list of content warnings for the entirety of the game. This is a choose-your-own-adventure narrative. We may not encounter every scenario. You can follow the link for more information about the content warnings. They are common phobias, death and dying, horror themes, mental health and trauma, violence, children in peril, swearing. Also, that's us, too. So, okay. I don't think she's going to let us get away with this. Oh, fine. There's no shaking you, is there? You'll just follow me until I finally relent and go monster hunting with you. I don't like the emphasis on the monster hunting part. I promise it'll be fun and safe. The trail's just up this way. Let's go.
Yes, because safe is the word that everyone always associates with cryptids, like the Mothman on your shirt. In your shoe, under the bed.
All right. This looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, beans.
Fuck.
She hands you the camera and takes position. Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Petra, and I find ourselves on a huge hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape.
See you, Four Rats. Thanks for joining.
Good night, Four Rats. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. Oh, gosh, she's got nicknames for her YouTube followers. I'm kind of frightened. And keep digging, Gretches. Oh, wait. That's the dog.
And keep digging, Gretches.
Otherwise known as the dog barks. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way.
We don't even have torches.
Oh, God, I know, right? In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? And she's right back to flirty.
I'm sensing some really panicked makeouts with just lots of eyeline. It's breathtaking's probably the least douchey one.
Yeah. It's breathtaking, and the air is so clean and fresh. I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying, wow, into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have It's nice to have someone to say wow with. That's very flirty.
Dim.
Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Spooky, spooky.
Oh, beans.
What was that? Oh no, the skunk ape has found us. It's Duke back with a shotgun. Run.
Death has come for Dustin. Goodbye, cruel world.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh no, the skunk ape has found us.
Or what was that? Either one of them.
Let's do it. What was that? What was that? No need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators like us. Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Cool. I love you guys. Oh.
All right, this is where I'm going to save the game.
The immortal words of one of the greatest supernatural hunters of all time. Balls.
As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight, while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness.
That is not right.
What has happened to that poor deer?
That has been incubated.
Hush now.
Pain. Rot. Decay. A deer! Let me at him! How dare he infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space! Let me at him!
Is that the boiled peanuts? Naughty chat.
And then it's gone.
It's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh my. Seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What but fan? What must you think of me? Oh.
I feel like it's you, a fan. Here we are. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bit of a habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something.
That's Chekhov's dog peril.
Oh no, Chekhov's dog peril. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses that fit potatoes, do they? Okay. Shall we explore a little bit? Well, we could talk to Stella, or we could say...
I think either there was something wrong with that deer, or any of the explore options, honestly.
Yeah. There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off.
A little.
I bet it was an abscess. Maybe even a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. Bet there's not much we can do about it. Should we ask, why do you bring Gretchen with you?
Yeah.
Why do you bring Gretchen out here with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion.
Excuse you? Though after that outburst came over me, well, I suppose I can see the merit of your concern.
I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her.
Thank you, Grim.
Thanks, Grim. I'm just happy she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around the woods at 17.
Wrap the dog in cotton wool and send it home immediately.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretchen? Apparently there's a cute little doggy sound effects. Oh, so we could say it's never too late to turn back. Well, that got my heart rate up. I'm ready for the hunt. It's never too late to turn back. It's never. I know.
This is awesome. Let's go.
It's never too late to turn back. I don't think I'm really cut out for this sort of thing. Those deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Please, can we go home? Please. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet.
Oh, beans.
We're trying so hard, Chad. We're trying. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits. But eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons.
Yeah, and how many of them have knives, Stella?
Which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves.
That's a great plan. Some food that smells.
Apricots, trail mixed, extra M&Ms. Those look like Gort bars. I love it.
The total lack of trail mix in this country is one of the many, many crimes against food.
I can make it for you. It's easy enough. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks.
Over the peanuts.
Oh my God. Sesame sticks, dried apricots, snack bar, take the trail mix, extra M&Ms. What do you want to eat?
I'm thinking the snack bar.
Take a snack bar. You grab a snack bar. Excellent choice. A good source of energy and chocolate. They're cherry and cashew. I hope that's okay. I like to make my own, and I tend to make them with my favorites, but I know that's not everyone's bag. It's a good combo.
It is a good combo.
I'm just a big fan of food. It's all food to me. I don't feel strongly about it. Blah, cherries, blah, cashews. Silently tear into it. It is a good combo.
It's a solid combo. I mean, I'm not a cherry fan, as they go, but...
It's a good combo. Who could turn down their nose at dried cherry? And cashews are always an excellent choice for a nut bar. Sturdy, yet soft.
Like me.
Sturdy yet soft.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. I love all nuts equally, but finding the right ones for my bars has been a long and difficult process. For folks asking what the little, what the subscription icon is, that is a bowl of sentient evil spaghetti. It's tentacles. Because pseudopod. Because when we designed them, it was, we were still doing search and rescue. So
Yes.
creepy bowls of
So we
spaghetti
thought,
with
let's
eyes.
do something with meat. Let's do something with ambulatory
Ooh,
meat.
Halloween's coming up.
That's
I'll
a
have to
good
find
time.
some cute ones. And I'll have to bust out the adorable gingerbread ones I found for Christmas again. There we go. They have to be architecturally sound enough to hold the bar together without overpowering the texture of the fruit. I love her devotion to snack foods.
Oh, she's good. I mean,
Connoisseur.
she's a maniac, but she's good.
Almonds and cashews are my go-tos, though occasionally I'll still experiment with pecans. They fall apart so easily, though.
Can I file a request for pecan pie at some point?
Christmas is coming up.
Good.
There you go.
And Thanksgiving, too.
Sure. Anyway, sorry to ramble. It's hard for me to stop once you get me started on snack recipes. Okay, we really have to date this girl.
Yeah, just, you know.
And our non-binary friend from the diner. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time.
Is that doggo in a sweater?
It looks like a little harness. Or maybe it's just the shadows. It's hard to tell. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
So, tell me what it's like in Ashtown. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Petra. No. There's a lot of options here.
So I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. I live in a closet in a house with 10 roommates. I live in a doorless basement that floods whenever it rains. I live in an apartment with a difficult roommate. I live in a 12 by 12 shed in someone's yard. I live in an internet cafe. I'd rather not say. and shrug and remain silent.
I'm kind of feeling the alone in a dingy studio apartment.
She seems like an alone in a dingy studio apartment trying to reconnect with a life she never knew she lost, but somehow always remains out of reach kind of lady, yes.
Are you doing elegant backstory?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Cool.
Yeah.
I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. And I love it. It's a mixed bag, and I hate it. And it's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I'm happy being there. The lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know, they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place, or maybe finding a roommate? There's gotta be a better apartment than that in a big city like Ashtown.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Ashtown is not a thriving metropolis.
Yeah, me too.
I was thinking...
Oh, I've had enough bad roommates for a lifetime, and this is cheap. Yeah, that's what
that
matches with the vibe of the game, I think. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I've had enough bad roommates for a lifetime, I think. I know it's possible to have a good roommate. I know people who are great friends with theirs, but it's never worked out like that for me. The loneliness is at least better than that. Hi, Shiny.
Hey, Shiny.
I'll see you later. Yeah, that's fair. I've never really had roommates, so I have no idea what it's like sharing a place as an adult. I can see that being tough.
Hey, Kiwi.
Hey, Kiwi. So, what do you do for a living?
I build programmatic ads for a company nobody's heard of. I sell arts and crafts and nets. I'm a first-year associate at a big law firm. I'm a streamer.
No. No streamer. Student, teacher,
service
industry, I'd rather not say. Let's do this. I like programmatic ads for a company nobody's ever heard of. That smacks of the designer's truth.
Yes.
So, you know those ads you see on the sidebar of every website you visit that feels like they know way too much about you? Oh yeah, the ones that recommend stuff based on things I could swear I only talked about in person? So creepy. It's like they can hear everything I say. I work for a company that builds those ads for other companies. I went to school for computer science, and I thought I'd be doing something challenging when I got hired, but instead of actual programming, they mostly have me go in and make endless changes to the font size and color or whatever to make more people want to click the ad. I usually make like 40 or 50 ads that are almost exactly the same, and then track each of them on a gigantic spreadsheet. That's my life. That seems a little soul-crushing. It could be worse. We were very... Yeah. It could be worse. At least I have a job, I guess. And programmers make a lot of money, right? Usually. I definitely thought the number on the paycheck was a lot when I was fresh out of school, but it turns out they hired me way below market rate. Maybe I'll find something new, though. A crisp breeze passes over you. Let's ask. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job, because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been.
Smash cut to the end of episode 5, House in Flames.
Keen eye.
So we have keeping the house in the family. Is it just you? Do you live alone and remain silent? I'm in favour of using keen eye on this one.
Yeah, me too. Keeping the house in the family? Is it just you there? Yeah, it's just me and Gretchen. My parents died a few years back. But it's okay. I've done my mourning. Life goes on. We still get to live in our beautiful family home. Just me and Gretchen. It could be a lot worse.
It's about to be.
Shush! Oh, gosh.
We're not rolling out both members of the Dead Moms Club.
No.
Stop trying to make Dead Moms Club happen, game.
Right? What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet. And interesting, too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail or something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself, you see, since his family didn't have much growing up. So he learned how to hunt and trap and got damn good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it, even if I found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a sight. She was a local vet, the lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of anything. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build muscle. Now I'm shipping her mom with the elf from Nine Goblins.
Yes.
They could talk about
Yes.
delivering unicorns. But she was gentle too. Even the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So, yeah, those were my parents.
I think I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so sorry. That's okay. I know it's weird, especially since we just met today and all. Whoa.
Oh.
I just heard a creepy noise. Folks, I'm going to turn the game music up just a little bit, okay? It sounded a bit like either a very young coyote. I only caught it quickly, but it sounded like either a very young coyote or some kind of owl to me. Okay. Content warning reminder. Creepy creep. I'm going to save again. I'm going to save again.
The spoops.
Yes. I'm scared. I'm scared. Don't judge me. I'm scared. Okay.
My stars. What was that?
Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder.
Oh, God.
Kenai. I could hear all sorts of wildlife just a second ago. And now it's quiet. By the way, this game has a soundtrack. Don't we already have it?
We have it, yeah.
Yes, excellent. I'm going to listen to it later and scare the bejesus out of myself. You're right. And whatever made that sound is close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me.
Fudge.
And let's check this out. Chad, I'm getting scared.
You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Petra. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you.
As you approach, a series of weak clucks calls out from a nearby bush. Oh, we found the chickens. We found Duke's missing chickens.
That's about to be shotgunnage.
Hush!
Pain. It's all pain.
Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all.
Oh, God.
What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape.
Folks, real quick before we dive any further in, as is very clear from that, content warning, animal peril.
But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it!
Oh, it's a good thing you're cool.
Do we have to? Now's not the time to hesitate. If we're catching this thing, we gotta go now. Stella sprints into the woods in pursuit,
God.
leaving you no choice but to run after her. Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash.
Oh, God. Oh. This is gonna suck. Yeah, a tiny meatball dog that thinks it's a wolf.
Oh no!
Ah! Stella, my darling companion, are you alright?
Oof! I'm not gonna make fun of her.
Just
Oh my
absolute dickhole conversation option, isn't it?
God. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive.
Oh.
We have talked to animals.
Beans.
She's the daughter of a vet. We have to investigate the chicken.
Okay.
You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her.
I would never. Something about this bird doesn't smell right.
You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against her harness. Okay. Alright, fun. Now it's CSI chicken. Okay, let's look at the growth.
Dog food again.
Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. Chicken scene investigation. Looking more closely at the growth, you think you can see something squirming inside. Don't poke it, don't poke it, don't poke it. Okay.
Why am I alive?
Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Oh, poor baby. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of this chicken's concerns. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Hugs for everybody in the chat who needs them.
Folks, if you need to step away for a minute.
Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that?
Oh, Shazbot. That's more than one voice.
Shh.
There's something out there, all around us. I can smell it. There are so many of them.
What? Oh no, that's you.
What the Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Sorry, didn't I tell you to... But, Bertie? Oh, Bertie. What's wrong, darling? Good God. Did you all see what did this to her? I know he was Cockney last time, run with it.
We caught a let's tell him we caught.
Tell him the truth.
We caught a glimpse of something earlier, and when we chased after it, it brought us here. Whatever did this to her, Duke, I think we can hear him in the trees.
Put that camera away. For God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. Come to warning accents. Do my best. No one needs to see Bertie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? No one she's like this, all swollen and hurting.
Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer.
You stay away from my Stella, you mongrels! Come out, you sons of bitches!
Hang on to that leash. Dude, don't shoot them! We have no idea what'll happen!
You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. I can feel that white hot rage from earlier start to wash back over me. I'm going after them!
God, please no. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness.
We gotta die for Gretchen.
Die for the dog. Oh my god, dog. No, no, no. Okay, I'm saving.
Oh, come on now.
You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder.
God damn it! Oh! Oh!
You hear a body hit the ground, and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen? Petra? Duke, are you alright?
No is an acceptable answer in this situation.
No, I am not okay, but I'm not shot if that's what you're asking. You? I'm okay.
What happened? Did I lose myself again? I do apologize for being so easily shaken up. I'll do better.
Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke? Are you okay? Oh my god. Oh my god, Duke, holy shit, what do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? Duke is not okay.
This is a police situation. Talk it through. What do we got?
I kind of like the idea of staying silent and seeing what she wants to do.
I like that. Okay.
My instinct is, let's go to the police, but I come from a position of privilege where I can say that. We're not going after those things.
We're not going to forget this ever happened.
Yeah,
We're not going to do, can we please just go home?
You stand in sullen silence. You've seen dead people before, but never like this. And those things are still out there.
What happened to Duke? Is something wrong with him? Why won't he get up?
Yeah, this is a lot. We're in way over our heads. Let me just check the camera real quick. Christ, this footage is so dark and shaky. I hate to say it, but people need to know what happened here, Petra. Duke's family deserves closure. Other people need to know what's out here.
What?
We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Stella, I love you, but are you nuts? A man is dead, Stella. Yeah, you're right. Let's head back and call the police. My phone should get reception once we're back at the main road. Good girl. Thank you. Gosh. Okay. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you.
Oh.
Oh, beans. Stella? I know, we just have to keep pushing forward. We're almost there!
Oh, God.
As you and Stella reach the main road, the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us.
Get in the car.
Get in the car, child.
The car. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore.
I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff.
In the car.
You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. It says, "Where are you? Where the hell did you go?" And 13 text messages.
Oh, I've been there.
Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But, first things first, let's call the police.
From the car.
Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl, it's Stella Richmond. I'm up on the mountain on the,
Asigna.
Asigna? No, it would be Signa.
Askina?
Askina? Askina Trail? Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You gotta hurry. Okay. Okay, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but Jesus, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait.
In the car.
Right. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Huggabee, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses, despite it being the middle of the night.
America, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. See, right there, a thing jumps out of the woods and the shotgun goes off.
What the Sam? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac.
No, there was more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they are, they ain't human. And they killed Duke.
Uh-huh. Now, we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond. If you don't mind, this is evidence.
But, okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Keen eye. You notice Stella pop something out of the camera and slide it up her sleeve. Good girl. Here you go, Deputy Franklin.
We appreciate your compliance with the Lord this time. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugbina. Please, call me Earl. Earl. And I will escort you and... Who are you, exactly?
That's Petra. She came into town today for the funeral.
Petra? Is it?
Tabitha's cousin, yeah.
Damn, I didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own.
It wasn't,
Hashtag naked maniac.
Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else.
Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke's going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at this time. Monday nights at Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home.
Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety.
Stella sighs. Okay. Thank you.
You could ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your marmot permits. I certainly cannot turn down some extra pets and affection, especially after the ordeal we've all been through tonight.
Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town.
You two stay out of trouble. We'll have us all sorted out in the morning. You got a good night's sleep at this time. Good night. And you, whatever your name was. I pee freely.
Fox Mulder. I love it. Petra?
Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then? I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. You all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. And you all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch.
Mansplain. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you ask them if we could walk back? That's a fair question. I had some bad experiences with cars.
Oh dear.
I don't know how to drive them, and I don't like getting into them unless it's literally a question of life or death. Which I guess tonight was. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night.
I think how are you holding up is a very valid response.
How are you holding up? How am I holding up? I mean, not great, but I'm more worried about you. I can't believe they just implied you're a suspect, even after we showed them all that footage. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you.
Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work.
I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. God, this girl's going to get us killed. We got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. Oh, God, this woman is going to get us killed.
Okay.
The library doesn't open for a little while yet, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never come across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. I think my instinct is... Sure, why not? Let's keep this nightmare going. No, I should check in on Tabitha.
Yeah.
I think we should check in on Tabitha. She's obviously panicked. I should probably check in on Tabitha. My friend's back. My friend's place is on the way back, and stopping by shouldn't take long. Sure you don't want to stop in first? I know I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight.
When you put it like that.
Serving.
La 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 la.
How about this? We've been playing for almost an hour and a half.
Fudge.
We're going to stop here for the night, and we'll probably decide to stop in on her friend and then go back to see Tabitha.
You want to take a break and then come back?
But I think we'll wrap it up here. Let's take a little bit of a break.
We could push through to 11:30 if you wanted, but I think now's probably a good time because we've got at least one other conversation scene.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a pretty good place to stop. Oh, gosh. Oh, creepy. Right? Concerned Hobbit, how badly do we want to take this person? Yeah, exactly.
Let's go chasing the murder baby in the woods. I rented a DVD.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So we've saved. It's basically only one scene until the end of the chapter.
You want to power through?
Okay, we'll power through.
Power through. When you put it like that, sure.
When you put it like that, sure, let's do it. Awesome, let's go.
I'm glad you're sticking it out with us. It's always so nice to have an extra companion.
I hope she's still awake. Stella knocks on the door.
What the...
Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Is that what Duke was wearing?
No, but that's blood.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh, crap.
Stella, I think someone's watching us. She turns to look. Jesus!
Welcome home.
Before you could respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway.
She has said nothing, and I love her already. Look at her slippers.
Pezzy, I'm not offering whatever that was peanuts. Nice try.
I think this is the lady.
Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night.
I am made of questions.
Who's Wayne?
Right.
I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who's this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Petra. Is it okay if we come in? Of course. You're in luck. Just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult after all. Oh, I love this woman. Tea is life. Look at the herbal cases. She's obviously a botanist of some kinds.
Folks, is the audio okay? I'm aware the music has been ramped up a little bit here.
Yeah, I'll turn it down just a touch. The background music comes in. I'm going to save really quick. Running out of slots!
Cool. Thanks, Compost.
Maybe we'll push through and finish this tonight. We won't do a shenanigan tonight. It's 11:30.
It's 11:23. Let's see what time this finishes.
I don't need to sleep tomorrow. It's fine. Welcome to my little nook. This place always has...
Oh, that's Gretchen, sorry. Oh. This place always has the loveliest aromas.
It's nice to finally meet you, Petra. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the hollow. And now poor Perlane is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. No!
Offer this lady some boiled peanuts.
Oh, God, stop with the boiled peanuts.
Would you like my moist sack? I would not. No one would.
I don't want to... Should we seriously offer her?
No.
Okay, fine. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth.
Well, like you, Mom.
We'll ask that last. How did you know she died? Oh, Perlane was a chatty woman. Never much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of, bless her heart. I've never met Perlane. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman. Ha! That's fair, child, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
Who was that outside?
Who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. No. We need your help. Oh, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not sure. So's I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know bit about classic spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yeah, and they didn't take it very seriously. I'll see if I can offer her peanuts. Hang on. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. Can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out the card she'd swiped from her camera and pops it into her phone.
That's a smart YouTuber right there.
I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had a chance to make a copy.
I'd go with smooth.
Smooth. The cops wouldn't even know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask, but for now, we can examine the footage for ourselves. Peers over glasses. Ooh.
I love that Gretchen's watching it too.
Where was this? Up in the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yeah. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory part into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers.
Kanika? Are we seeing Kanika?
You'd better come with me, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. I know, right, Talia? Town limits. Dun, dun, dun! Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh. Hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato?
Kanika, is it me? Am I the good potato? I most certainly hope I am.
And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? For the love of God, what is it with the boiled peanuts? I swear to you. No. Alright. You hold out your boiled peanuts. Generosity is the best way to make new friends. No. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend here have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Right? Somebody wants the peanuts, goddammit. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Look at her eyes.
God, that's a good bit of storytelling.
Yeah, just her eyes. Oops, sorry. I dropped my headset. There we go.
Also, can we talk briefly about the massive amount of badass women in this game?
I know. Stella? What the hell is this?
This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I will leave the thinking to you humans.
Look at her Sailor Moon shirt! She's amazing, I love her. I'm sorry either you had to see this, but Petra and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of this. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm okay.
This is a remain silent situation.
Yeah, this is a shut your cake hole. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, ouch! More serious than a man's death.
Yeah, that reinforces we're not from round here.
Yeah. More serious than a man's death? Those creatures are terrifying, but surely we should give Duke some respect. Tremendously more serious than a man's death. Oh, God. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They are a terrible omen. A sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Petra with this Talipo crap. A man just died. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke's dead. An unfortunate accident, but nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate.
We should have taken the trail mix.
Janine, Jesus, Mom. They've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever those things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out. Not after what we saw. But fine. Let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw the chicken in our video. What was that growth? Oh, God.
I think the Kenai one.
Yeah. I saw something squirming around in that chicken. Maybe it's some sort of parasitic larval stage? Part of their life cycle? But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist.
That gives us a very interesting look at what the central conflict in this house is.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Sybil. Uh-huh. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know. It's getting late, and I should let Petra get some rest. I ran her ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. Oh, God.
Thank God. Let this miserable night finally end. I'm tired as shit.
Wow. I just
It's
bit my
like
teeth.
having Mick Jagger in the night. What's this? What's going on? I don't understand it. Why can't I be asleep? Let's not do that. That's a bad answer.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I can stay up. This is important. Okay, maybe it's then I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual farms to see if anyone has any information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online.
I love her.
Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And text me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Petra. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps to wake up the bones. Be careful out there. Both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. I'm drinking Greek Mountain
What
Dew.
an unfortunately short visit.
Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Dun dun dun. Oh, I do want to. Oh.
I actually think we have some interesting options here.
Yes.
I think Thanks, I'm Terrified of Seeing Tabitha Right Now is a good one. I think Hell Yeah, Sleepover is a good one.
Why can't we just text Tabitha? Why isn't that an option?
I thought we did.
No, we had an option to text her, but then we needed to get the ride from the police.
I think I should probably head back before Tabitha has a conniption. Is the one which shows willing, but also is responsible.
No, I should probably head back and check on Tabitha.
Okay.
I should probably head back and check on Tabitha. That's sweet of you. Are you sure you're okay heading back up that mountain alone?
Not remotely. You want to try on second thought? I'm thinking if we can text Tabitha, I'm more terrified of Tabitha than those things in the woods is probably going to open the door to that.
I'm not terrified of Tabitha, though. I'm just trying to be nice because that's where I'm staying. I know, Stella does need someone to stay with her, too.
Yeah.
On second thought, yeah, I'll stay. Thanks for the offer. Awesome. If I'm being honest, not being alone tonight is a weight off my chest. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for.
It's so exciting to have a guest. I can't remember the last time we've had company.
Oh, look at the wedding photo. Make yourself at home. You know you didn't have to do all this, right? You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. What do you make of all this? Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there. That Duke is dead. Yeah, whoever said there was one more scene, no. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. I'm going to say I don't know what to think.
Yeah, it's a good answer.
I don't know what to think yet. That's fair. We'll have to see what tomorrow's research turns up. Who was that guy outside of Sybil's? I've never been snuck up on like that before. Wayne? I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. Of course he does. Might be worth looking into him. All right, I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to go pass out. Get some rest, Petra. I'll see you in the morning.
I'm on the verge of passing out myself. What an exciting, if terrible, day.
As you settle into your room, the thought of calling Tabitha crosses your mind. Good. You should have had that thought about an hour and a half ago. Yeah, we're totally calling her. You pull out your phone and call. It rings for a moment before she picks up. Where the hell have you been? Wow. Do you know anyone named Wayne? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think either I met this girl in town, we hit it off, or I saw horrible things tonight.
Sorry, I met this girl in town and we wound up really hitting it off. We went on this night hike to find cryptids. So you met Stella then. That explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought. But deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. Oh, this is lovely. I'm going to turn the music up for you, chat. Who's crying?
Is that Bo?
I don't know. I don't like that stain on the floor.
I do.
I don't like it.
That. Oh, shit.
Of course there's the mind. Keep your mind. Llamas, probably.
Maybe alpacas.
Ooh. That's a lot of padding.
and claw marks. Okay, that was a ton of fun.
I cannot wait to start chapter 2. This is the end of episode 1. You can purchase a key for the full game in our early access page, which currently includes the first 2 episodes, which we will totally be doing.
That's it.
All right, I should save the game now. Oh, page 2. Save. All right.
I think we should take a couple of minutes to stretch and then come back and do something not spooky.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a couple of minutes for a break, everybody, because it's been almost 2 hours. Please do get up and have a stretch and all that good stuff. And then we'll come back and we'll do a short little shenanigan to make sure none of us go to bed on a bad night.
And, no spooping.
All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome back.
It's really interesting to me because you've got Sybil, who's a witchy woman, obviously. You've got Stella, who is a cryptid fanatic.
Yeah.
And then you've got Kanika looks to be some sort of scientist, or at least younger and more involved with technology.
3 dots on the same line,
So you have all these kind of different perspectives on an issue.
And then Petra, who has the perspective of someone from out of town as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy, we'll be talking about that coming up here pretty quick, yes. Actually, do you want to go ahead and talk about it now?
Yeah,
So next week, I don't know if I've got the link to hand. Ducky or Zalia, if you have it to hand. So, folks, if you've been listening, if you watch a lot of Twitch recently, you know that there is this really nasty thing going around right now called hate raiding, where streamers, usually women of color, are being just absolutely bombarded with horrible racial slurs and abuse from bot-created accounts.
Yeah.
And Twitch has been just utterly unresponsive about putting tools in place to deal with this, or that the tools they do put in place just aren't sufficient. So that community is calling for a one-day boycott of Twitch, which will be on September 1st. It's called, I think the hashtag is a day off Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Zalia or one of the mods can put that link in it.
Thanks,
and if
Ducky.
not, we'll put it in the show notes as well. Thank you very much, Ducky. So the day off Twitch is September 1st, which is next Wednesday. So we will not be streaming next Wednesday in solidarity. But we will be streaming our usual Sunday morning UK time, 10 to noon, with more sexy space idiots.
Sexy space idiots in their VW camper van.
Exactly. So no, we will not be streaming next week. So I'm glad we pushed to go ahead and finish up the chapter.
Yeah, me too.
Because then when we come back, we don't have it locked in yet, but we have a guest and maybe 2 in September. We're still trying to lock in.
And maybe step across it.
And then we'll step across to chapter 2. Woo! What's going on? And then and then we'll finish chapter 2, and then we'll be like, no, I need more, and then we'll have to wait.
If you do want to dig into it, the developer's website is fantastic. They have regular developers.
Abby Howard?
Yeah. No, I think Abby's the artist. I'm not sure if they are also the developer.
Okay.
Yeah, the development diary is really, really interesting, especially if you're a colossal narrative gonk like I am. The option to save Gretchen or Duke is not... You have the option to save both in a very specific way.
With a specific sort of build, you can do it, apparently.
The developer has a really good blog post talking about the different ways they approach this and the options they initially had and had to take out, which works really, really well.
Thank you,
Vodhala!
Ozzy! Okay, Vodhala is amazing. I send that to myself.
Thank you, Natalia, and thank you, Shitty Calig. You are the best.
Thank you. That is amazing. Yeah, you have to kind of pick one, apparently. So
Yeah.
Okay. But I really liked that. It's great. It's a good setup. There's lots of chunky stuff that you learn, and it's spooky as fuck.
Yes, it is.
But stuff like that always makes me like, I'm playing like, click the button.
Where's my coat? I wish to hide behind it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Also, there's a piece of storytelling in those last couple of scenes that is absolutely the kind of stuff I love. And it's the moment where you have Sybil and Stella and Petra and Kanika watching the video. And it's the way that Kanika's face goes from to. And that is very, very good acting. Which, with graphics, is especially impressive. The last time I saw it work that well, there's a very short run and very good science fiction series called Convergence, starring Alison Tolman, who in a kind of world would get all of the roles as a town sheriff who rescues a mysterious girl from a plane crash. And there's an episode where the girl goes missing, and of course she's a town sheriff, so she gets bolos in and reports of bodies being found. And there is a moment where she's watching on an old dial-up the report of a dead body being found. And you can see her go from terror to horror to grief to relief when she realizes it's not who she's looking for, to horror at the relief.
Yeah.
And it's silent, and it's about 15 seconds long.
It's a really good piece of acting.
And she needed to win awards for it.
It was really... And yes, that was Stream Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Stream snack time.
Stream snacks.
Pop-Tarts. Strawberry Pop-Tarts.
So, So, having terrified the living bejesus out of ourselves...
Let's remind everybody what, because some folks may be new. So, Shenanigans is the tradition we started when we were very first started streaming. We were doing Search and Rescue, which is really intense, supernaturally spooky horror. Shenanigans are brain sorbet. They are, please have something comedic and relaxing and fun and not scary in your mind to leave the stream on so that you don't go to bed terrified. They are heavily Magnus Archives. Hang on a second. There we go. They are very, very heavily Magnus Archives influenced, which is why it says Alex approved, because we got Alex Newell to, kind of say yes. Not that we needed his permission. No, and we've certainly run with that. So tonight's shenanigan is something Magnus Archives related. It is called Peter Lucas versus the Suez Canal.
I need to check something off screen real quick. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, what?
I'm literally just going over here, don't I?
By Infinity and Duck. And apparently Alistair has had a deep thought that he needs to check all of a sudden.
It's all good. Let's go.
Okay. What was that?
I'm going to check a thing.
Okay, fine. Finish your Pop... By all means, okay, finish your Pop-Tart and also everybody the boy. The other tradition we have for new folks...
This is Chungus.
Pleased to be meeting Chungus. Chungus is our famous sourdough starter.
He's now over 1.
He's now over a year old. And Chungus was very scared tonight, like me, so he's hiding in his Bob bucket with the little birds from Neighborly, from Little Street to watch out for him.
Chungus is our yeasty boy.
Oh, he smells good. I should feed him tomorrow, I think. Yes. He's got burbs on him. Exactly. He's hiding. I will hide behind Chungus and play the game. Like this. Okay. So there. Chungus proof of life has been provided. I'm reading another Ursula book right now. I just started The Hollow Places.
Yes.
It is very freaky. I've read like the first 100 pages and I'm like, I'm going to stop right here and then I'm going to go to bed. Because I'm not going to read this book in bed.
I meant to tell you.
Because I will terrify myself.
I also started reading a book for fun today.
Good night, Tea Holding. A book for fun, you said?
Yeah.
Do tell.
I started reading Sea Shaken Houses, A History of the Development of Lighthouses.
Nerd.
Fair.
Oh, thanks so much for the tip, Grim.
Thank you. And yes, Chungus is indeed a Disney princess. So, should we do a thing?
You want to read a thing?
Yes.
Alrighty, fine. This is all you. Because, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting the entire cast to be female characters.
Could we just get a round of virtual applause for Marguerite, who has just spent the last 2 hours acting as, like, 5 different people?
That was fun.
Yeah.
I know. I like the little Kofi thing because it does sends up a bubble thing. It's very cute.
Okay. Peter Lucas versus the Suez Canal by Infinity and Luck. The Tundra was designed with the crew's loneliness in mind. Particularly, it was designed to make them lonely. Now, part of this was making the ship as large as she could be, thus putting as much distance between each member of the crew as possible. It was a perfect design. There was no way it could backfire. And making his crew lonely was the only purpose it served. They didn't run cargo. That wasn't what the Tundra was built for, despite how she may appear. But Salisa wanted Peter to pick up an artifact in India. Well, wanted was it was a bit of a stretch. Peter had lost their recent bet, and now he had to uphold his end of the deal. And it was simple enough, as things went. He didn't plan on getting stuck in the Suez Canal, however. In hindsight, the turn might have been a bit too tight. 1 minute, he was sitting peacefully in his quarters, avoiding his crew. The next, Thaddeus came rapping at the door with a ferocity Peter had never heard from the man before. "Captain!" He had a scowl on his face and avoided looking into Peter's eyes. He always liked Thaddeus for that, but he got a feeling there was more behind it than his similar devotion to the lonely.
Wait, sorry.
It's all right. Yes, he didn't attempt to match his first mate's tone. "We're stuck." "Then get unstuck." "We can't." Peter frowned. "Why not?" "The Tundra is too large. We can't turn her." If there had been any colour in Peter Lucas's face to begin with, it would have all drained away in that second, because he knew what this meant. The eyes of the world turned from whatever their meagre lives would have held to his ship, to him, Captain Peter Lucas. He hadn't felt this sick since Gertrude leaked his plans to the Guardian. Or that time when Elias asked for a divorce while they were out for dinner. Everyone talking about him, everyone looking at him, fog started to coil around his ankles. Thaddeus left without another word, probably to go shout orders at his crew. Peter appreciated the sacrifices he made in having to talk to others. Peter appreciated even more the chance to hide in his cabin. It took all of an hour for Nathaniel to call, something he seldom did, so it was obvious the word had gotten out and all the way to his family already. Peter assumed it was Nathaniel at least. He couldn't quite recognise the man's voice, despite what the caller ID told him. The conversation was short and to the point. Fix this. He didn't even give Peter a chance to reply before he hung up on him. Peter let out a shuddering sigh and pulled his coat around him tightly before leaving the room. There was a chance he might be able to do something about this whole problem. Maybe there wasn't even a problem to begin with. This could be a prank being pulled by Salisa, and the whole artifact thing had been a setup. Or Elias. He had been particularly bitter about this last divorce of theirs. No, he thought. Salisa, while always fond of a good joke, wouldn't do this. Not if he knew what was good for him, and Elias had been angered by the length of time he'd spent in the Lonely after his archivist brought his ritual crumbling down. He wouldn't risk sending him off again. The only person Peter knew who would play such a sick joke was Simon. He pursed his lips together and pulled his phone out of his pocket. He had 3 contacts listed. Elias, do not answer. Nathaniel, do not answer. And Simon, do not answer. Hesitantly, he selected Simon's number and brought the ringing phone up to his ear. A whole second passed before it was picked up on the other end. Peter! Simon laughed and laughed and laughed. He wouldn't stop laughing at him and his plight. At some point, he wondered if Simon had actually picked up at all, or if it had been a recorded message. He hung up on him. Simon's laughter answered the question well enough. Even if he didn't do this, he would be no help. The Tundra remained stuck in the Suez Canal for days. Help was coming from outside sources, but nothing seemed to work. Thaddeus had been giving him daily reports on the situation. He was the laughingstock of the world. People were making memes about his ship, his beautiful ship, and his beloved ex-husband was using this as a publicity stunt. Plastered on the front of a paper Thaddeus had given him was, "Tundra's captain's ex-husband speaks out." The bastard would pay for this. Or rather, he wouldn't get paid for this. Peter was about to make his 3rd phone call of the week, more than he had made in as many months, typically. Elias, he said, far more calmly than he should have, really, given his reason for calling. He could hear the smug grin on his face as he replied, "Hello, Peter. I was wondering when you would call. I take it the papers have finally reached you." "You're making everything worse." "I highly doubt that. You getting your ship stuck seems to have caused most of the problems here. We're trying to get it fixed," he explained as if to a child, "and to make all of this be forgotten as soon as possible. The more interviews you do, the more we'll have to cover up." "I wouldn't worry too much, Peter. Your family had the means to clear this right up." "Oh, we have the money, yes, but that money is coming right out of our funds, set aside for philanthropic purposes, of which the Institute is a part." That shut Elias up. "Fine. Thank you." He was about to hang up before he thought to ask, "Do you know how to free the Tundra?" "Me? No. No, there's nothing to know, Peter. You just need to get unstuck. That's all there is to it. Elias did him the honours of leaving the call first. And Peter stood there with the phone still held to his head. And he sighed. It took 5 days for the tundra to be freed from between the canal walls, and it took as many months for Peter to show his face again in London. Elias gave him a knowing look when he entered their apartment, but he didn't say anything. Well, not at first. "Welcome home, sailor," he smiled, and Peter recognized what that particular smile meant. Amongst all the portraits of Jonah Magnus hanging on their walls, there were now framed newspaper articles and memes. "You'll have to marry me if you want to divorce me again," Elias said, knowing, or perhaps knowing, what he was thinking. Peter let out a long, suffering sigh. "Oh, Lord. Elias Bouchard, will you make me the unhappiest man on earth and marry me?" "Of course I will." Elias already had an engagement ring on his finger. "The bastard."
Oh, they're such evil, evil, evil old men.
Terrible, terrible old men. I love that Simon's just like,
The lawsuits are still going on. Apparently, the Ever Given's already headed back towards the canal.
Oh, it's in the canal. A couple of days ago, my feed was full of people going, "Do it. Fucking do it. Become a legend."
Exactly.
So, that's our show for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, in particular, to the new folks. Delighted to see you. We will be back on Sunday, where we are currently playing weird co-op science fiction pseudo-anime game Haven, which we refer to as Sexy Space Idiots Repair Their VW Camper Van. And
variations thereof. So that'll be on Sunday, 10 to noon. We'll probably be a little punchy because Saturday we are with friends. Doing social media crimes.
Friday, the Hugo Award and BFA Award nominated newsletter that I write and Marguerite edits real good. The full lid will come out. I can also tell you that this week it includes a look at Brendan O'Brien. He is Brendan, not Brandon. Brandon O'Brien's excellent debut poetry anthology, Can You Sign My Tentacle? And chronically underrated Hugh Jackman and Thandie Newton climate punk movie Reminiscence, which I've watched every other critic on earth beat the crap out of for the last week. And
so
I'm just
of course you have adopted it and taken it under your wing.
Big brand. Hashtag me.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then it's a bank holiday weekend for folks here in the UK. So enjoy the long weekend. Stay safe, stay masked, all that good stuff. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on Sunday.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good one, folks.
Bye.